Hello, good evening, and welcome back. We must protect the women's. Or, well, so we're suggesting that Cyprus actually does have a rape culture, or a woman who lied about rape is actually facing justice for her false accusations. Because, as has been the case for a long time, a woman can give false rape accusations against a man and ruin his life. Even if he didn't do it, even if he is found not guilty, his life is then ruined because the proceedings take so long to get through, at which point the man has lost his job because nobody wishes to employ him. Then he can't keep the payments on his home, in which case he doesn't have a home. And then trying to get back into job afterwards and explain he lost it because of a rape accusation, it basically destroys his life. And if he is in a relationship at the time, then it's reasonably likely that that'll be over as well. And if it's eventually found out that the woman lied about it all, nothing happens to her. So it is a great trump card that women have in the West to destroy a man's life. They simply mention rape or sexual assault or anything like that because, hey, we got to believe all women, and therefore the employers don't want to get involved either. And if it does go to trial, as I say, the man's life is over. But here in Cyprus, we have them deciding to take action against a woman who has been found guilty of lying about the attack. So she is a British woman in Cyprus. Instead of saying, well, she was a bit silly then, and let's hope justice is served, after all, it's 1 year in prison instead of life. No, we can't have that. We've got to intervene. We can't let her face any repercussions for her actions, although they can't quite decide the angle to take here, because part of it is saying, the woman shouldn't have to go into prison because it's a woman, but also because the trial was not fair and the prison isn't very nice. But seeing as, and they do wrap it up to say that, let's just skip to the end before the beginning, why not, that the area, Aya Nipa, as they say, is known for its vibrant nightlife, as well as the partying atmosphere for young tourists, that it seems like she was going for that kind of reason. Moreover, that they do go on to say that she had sexual relations with at least one man several times beforehand, and of the 12 that were accused, 3 of them said, yes, we did have sex with her, and it was all consensual, and the other 9 said, what the hell are you talking about? No, not me at all. And so they've all returned to Israel as well. So they say, a 19-year-old woman who claimed she was gang-raped by a group of young Israeli men at a hotel in the Cypriot party resort of Aya Napa in July has said she was forced to sign a confession withdrawing the complaint. So now it's a forced confession, which is why the British are trying to say, hey, we don't trust your judicial system, to which the Cyprus officials say, hey, stop trying to interfere in our internal legal system, we are fine. So the British Human Rights General says, we believe she should never have been put on trial. We had made written representations to the Attorney General at the start asking him to discontinue proceedings. So yeah, suggesting, hey, she shouldn't, even if she lied, it doesn't matter. And they say, we want the teen to leave Cyprus without a conviction. A conviction will affect jobs she can do in the UK and associations and groups she can be a member of. Well, good. I mean, surely if somebody has lied about something that can ruin people's lives, well, she should at least have some consequences for her actions, and hopefully it will put off other people in the future to do it. The teenager has suffered a lot during and since being raped, so they presume she has. She is determined to get justice in Cyprus or the European Court of Human Rights if need be, because they do intend to appeal to the higher courts if possible. And they're asking for an expedited appeal. They wanted to speed up, otherwise they could wait for 2 years, so they want special treatment there as well. He added there were various grounds for appeal, including the approach of the trial judge to the case. A number of times in the case, he shouted, this is not about rape, this is not a rape case, closing his mind to the possibility she had been raped. So they'd already reached the conclusion, and now they're trying to appeal it, fair enough. But they're hoping she would receive a non-custodial or suspended sentence, but argued there was a real possibility she'll be sentenced to imprisonment. And again, she's found guilty, so that's fair enough. If she lied about it, then I hope she is imprisoned. She has been convicted of a public mischief, an offence which carries prison sentence of up to a year or a £1,500 fine. Good thing Cyprus is cheaper. A teenager had to have passport confiscated and has not been able to leave the Mediterranean island since the alleged gang rape occurred on the 17th of July, despite mounting international outrage over the case. Yes, we must protect the women's. International outrage for the woman. That's nice to be a young white woman, isn't it? Lawyers in both Cyprus and the UK told the Times they were calling for Nikos Anastasios, I'm not going to try there, the president of Cyprus, to pardon the young woman. Yep, we must protect the women's. Why not have the president of the island to pardon the woman? Jesus, isn't this nice? I wish male privilege was like this. That would be delightful. So, moving on. Say her friends are saying, oh, this isn't like her. Like, you don't say. Foreign Office in the UK branded her conviction deeply distressing and said it was seriously concerned about the fairness of her trial, saying it will raise the matter with Cypriot authorities. But a spokesperson for the Cypriot government said they had full confidence in the justice system and the courts and argued they should be left unfettered to implement state laws and deliver justice. And quite rightly too, that's what you'd expect from a country. But apparently the woman is experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder and was sleeping 20 hours a day due to a condition called hypersomnia, in which case she needs to get back to the UK as soon as possible to get that treated. Whereas the alleged assailants have since returned to Israel. So, as always, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think she is guilty of lying about it? And if so, should she be pardoned and have no consequences for her actions and receive all this international aid? Or should she be sent down for lying and be made an example of for everybody else who wants to lie about other young men or older men? Let me know. Always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, have a good one.